when you are looking for or seeking the understanding of what it looks like when you are being treated a certain way opposed to how you should be treated. Look at the eagerness of other people when they go to serve someone else opposed to their foundation. An issue that I see with um, people who like to manipulate and falsify reality is they're quick to serve other people like that's who they are in their heart. Like they'll run, like if you got somebody in your family who trying to make you look a certain way, they'll go run to make other people happy or serve them to make it look like that's how their heart is. And the reason why they do that is so they can build up allegiance. They can build up people around you, outside of you, to make you look like a certain way. But ultimately, we all know, how can you clean somebody else ish up if you don't deal with your own, right? And ultimately, um, even in even in books of the Bible and religion and aspects like that, they tell you that you're not supposed to block what divine put here for individuals. You're not supposed to stop that. That's not your job to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you do, you're bringing turmoil towards yourself. And then that reverse polarity, it's like it's the same thing. It's like, I'm going to do this to stop this individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you ever experience anything like that, write that down in your manual as an individual or type of character or people you should not deal with, because this is the energy. This is the so-called attack energy. This is like how people speak your name when you're not around. You know, it's so easy just to be unconditional loving, and everything else besides that, it puts everybody else in this world in that bracket. Everybody else in this world in that bracket. You got some people that they'll talk you to death. They'll send you notes and all that, but they won't show you no real love. People will claim they support you, but they'll never be there. As soon as you come up, they all talking about, oh, I knew it. That's my people. It'd be so funny, you know what I'm saying? Like, and ultimately, me personally, like, I'm the type of individual to where if I come to a table, I bring something to a table that helps everybody formulate a comfortability. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. It don't matter. Like, when I come to mix a value. Like, yo, if I do this, you do this, and then we gonna end up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I come to the table. I've always been that individual, but it seems like the other side of those contemporaries, whether it's relationships, family, or friends, don't see that value, and they look at it as something they could take advantage of. Like you gonna mess it up on purpose. Like, I don't be understanding that. But whenever I slide and put that energy somewhere where people don't know me, it always blooms. It always blooms. One time it didn't. It started to. It was doing really good, but the individual just turned it out to be a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst kind. You know what I mean? So lying, cheating, stealing, and everything. So, but it was going though. It was going. I had manifested a lot in a short period of time. And you know what I realized about circumstances is that it's not. See, when people when people say things and they reading and they getting all this different information, it's like you're trying to it's like you're trying to it's like you're trying to put the way you visualize the characteristic on an individual. And it don't be like that. It don't be like that for the most part. This is why unconditional love is needed and no judgment. If you had no judgment and unconditional love, you would see deeper into each individual person's assessment and what they really need or are trying to say. And we don't do that. We don't do that as a culture at all. Like, we want to help, we don't want to help. You don't want to help how you should help. You want to help how people teach you to help. That's not divine. That's not divine. Those are blockages. In my heart, I want to help people how I want to be helped, unconditionally. In my heart, I want to rise people how I want to be risen, unconditionally. So I pray for people, even that they wish bad on me. I pray for them, because I don't think about them in that way. But whenever negative energy come, I just pray for them. Hold on, I gotta get my tea. Because they like devices, you know what I'm saying? They like devices that people use. And because your heart is big, because you would be immersed by emotions while you're going through the world, like, the world is going to be combined. And I'm only talking to Nagas. I'm only talking to people who've been feeling this since they was youth. You know what I mean? Like, you've been feeling things, so understand why you was getting hit with all this spiritual spiral information, and it was hitting you, going inside of you. It was a world going inside of you. You was downloading all that super fast, so you was feeling it, and it was compiling into a point to where you was going to be able to utilize this. They was watching all this. They was watching you. They was sitting there like, so they could tell whatever energy you was in by the height, your reaction, your outbursts or whatever, and they wouldn't try to console that energy or mold it to where it's supposed to be the beneficial for where you going, because they see you. What they did was they said, look at him, crazy. Look at her, she crazy. Don't deal with him. Don't deal with her. You know what? This is the problem they had. This is the reason why they going through this, that, and the third. They plant narratives. They plant narratives, and then you looking at the narrative, and then you looking at the person like, yeah, that must be what it is. But they don't tell you behind the scenes they lie, cheat, and steal and set you up to play that role. You know what I'm saying? And they go over here and say this and say that. Yeah, nasty energy. The worst. The worst. You know what I'm saying? So you already know the vibes, man. Like, I ain't even trying to hold you. I just wanted to bring this message. Be mindful, because it's gonna be a lot easier now in the future to pick out certain people who shouldn't be around you. Especially them people, when you talking to them and you tell them something good, you got an idea, and they be like, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. You should try this. Like, they try to give you another idea. Look at them with the dub face and slide, because they ain't really for you like that. And they'll come back real quick and be like, nah, that's not what I meant. Nah, that's what I felt, though. That's how I took it, standing on that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do from now on. You got to start manning up. I don't care who they is. You know what I mean? A lot of people going to hate it, but it is what it is. You already know the vibes. Naga.